Hey YouTube, in this video I'll be doing another mystery box challenge. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know what a mystery box challenge is, essentially I paid $30 for a mystery box of fabric and got tons of fabric, but the trick is that I did not get to pick any of it. The challenge is the fact that I'm using all of it to make at least one item of clothes. So in this video, this is the fabric that I'll be working with. So this is a fabric called Bullet. Bullet's pretty awesome, and this is Bullet as well. Bullet is awesome because it is stretchy. So as you can see, it stretches that direction. It doesn't stretch that much, but it stretches enough, just enough. And this is the top that I made. So here is the trick in this particular video. I did not realize that I was sent actually two different shades of this aqua greenish bluish color. Had no idea. I thought it was just one shade. But if you look very carefully at what I made, here it is again, it is actually two different shades, which I ended up really liking. Walking you through all the steps I used to make this shirt. If you like what you see in my video, don't forget to press like, don't forget to press subscribe, and if you know somebody who wants to learn to sew, don't forget to share this video with them. All right, enjoy the tutorial. All right, so in order to make this shirt, all we need is our fabric and a shirt that we currently own that we can use as a pattern. So I'm using just a regular shirt that I've made previously in order to trace the pattern of our tube section of the shirt. Right now our fabric is currently folded in half inside out, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half again so that it will be folded in four. So my fabric is currently folded into four. It was folded in half and I folded it in half again, and this is our fold line. So I'm going to take my shirt, which I'm going to be using as a pattern, I'm going to fold that in half and match the fold line of the shirt against the fold line of the pattern. As you can see, the fold line of my shirt and the fold line of my fabric are lined up together. I'm going to go ahead and pin along the sides. I chose this shirt in particular because it's a similar material, stretches in a similar way to this fabric, and I really love how this shirt fits. So I am not going to be making a halter of the same style. I'm only using this for the tube part. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that in so it's not a distraction. And I'm just going to put my pins along the tube part and then cut. All right, so I've pinned along the side of my shirt and now I'm ready to cut it out. So here we have the tube section of our shirt. Right now it is folded in half, so we have 4 layers of fabric together. We need to unpin these layers so that we can separate and open up our shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and unpin one pin so that I can grab 2 layers and pin the other 2 layers. So I take out the pin, I grab just the top 2 layers here, and I do all of this so that I can get everything as symmetric as possible. And right away I go ahead and I take another pin and pin the 2 bottom layers together in the same spot that the pin was before. All right, and I go through and I do the same thing for the next pin until I'm all done. All right, so here's the tube portion of our shirt all pinned together. I'm not going to actually sew it up now because the neckline portion of the shirt is going to have to go inside the seam, and so I will have to line everything up before I go ahead and sew everything together. But everything is secure and ready to go. All right, so I'd like the strap going around the neck to be 2.75 inches. So I'm going to double that and add a little bit more for seam allowance. So I am going to cut 6 inches, a 6-inch strip of fabric. And I want to make sure that the fabric is stretching in that direction. So I'm going to be cutting 6 inches going that direction. The strap for a neckline is now pinned and I'm ready to sew it. When you're sewing it, make sure that you are on a zigzag stitch or a stretchy stitch to make sure that when it goes around the neck, it can stretch if needed. All right, so we've sewn the strap and now we can go ahead and turn it over. All right, so I tried on the shirt and I wrapped the strap around my neck and I pinned it off to the side where I wanted the strap to ultimately fall. So notice that the pins here are on the outside of the shirt, but that's not how I'm going to sew it. I'm going to actually stick it in, and that's why we did not sew the side seam to begin with. So I'm going to stick it in here, and I'm going to sew it from, of course, the inside so that it's nice and neat. I removed 2 of the pins from the inside so that I can go ahead and stick or strap into the shirt. Okay, getting a little bit messy here. All right, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is, once I have both straps pinned or positioned properly, I am going to turn it on the, there we go. I'm going to turn it on the wrong side, and I'm going to repin the tube top now with the strap pinned on the wrong side. All right, so as you can see, the strap is going from the outside through the seam, or what will be the seam, to the inside. So when we sew or side seam together, that is going to make the strap look really neat when you turn it around. So this is what it looks like on the inside before I trim it up. But what's really cool is this is what it looks like on the outside. All right, so now all we have to do is the hem. So I went ahead and I pinned the hem at the top and at the bottom by folding and folding again. And I'm going to go ahead and now sew it up on the zigzag stitch.